Hi, everyone. Welcome to Conversations with Nicole. Today, my guest is Deegan Hudson. She is a singing ventriloquist comedian, and I'm excited to have her on the show today. She resides in the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina area, where she performs all over the place. Deegan, it's good to see you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Nicole. I'm so excited to be here. I can't wait.
I'm thrilled to have you. I have to say, you are my very first singing ventriloquist comedian. That's a lot in one act.
Yeah, it is. Well, thank you.
Well, you're a very young 22 years old in this wonderful, exciting career, but it all started when you were about 9 years old. Tell me about that.
Well, actually, what got me into ventriloquism was my mom. She's a ventriloquist as well, and kind of how I got into it. It's a little sad, but it turns out in the end. When I was about 9, my dad went missing unexpectedly, and we later found his body in the PD River 3 days later. And as a 9-year-old, that's really hard. My mom, my older brother, and then me. And it's hard to deal with stuff like that. You don't really know what to do. But my mom, I grew up watching my mom as a ventriloquist. She would actually come into my classroom and do her puppets for my class and all my friends. She would do like vacation Bible school and all stuff like that. And she told me, she never pushed me to do ventriloquism. She was just, she's the type of mom that's like, you do what you want.
Yeah.
But when my dad passed away, I was 4th grade. I'd come home and kind of watch TV and just lay around. And she said, Deegan, you could do anything. You could play sport, do ballet, anything, just to, build your confidence back. And I don't know why. I decided, I'm like, you know what? I want to be just like my mom. And I just fell in love with it ever since.
So, how do you start learning how to be a ventriloquist? That's a tough thing to do. You watch a lot of people do it, and I think, well, they're not very good, but I could never do it. But I mean, that's a hard skill.
Well, I think I have it easy because I have a personal coach.
Yes.
I did. It's mostly just practice. You replace some words, like my least favorite words are like B's and P's. And you just kind of, or not words, letters, but you replace those letters with like a B becomes a D, a P becomes like a T. And the slower you speak and the more practice you do, the better. Just like anything else, just like a sport, just practice.
Right. Yes. Practice makes perfect. So you started this at a young age.
Yes.
Walk me through what it's like to perform and to practice and to take up this sort of entertaining.
I mean, I just love it. I love entertaining. I love meeting people. I love making people laugh. And it's something, I think I love it so much because it's something that me and my mom share. It's just something we love to do together. She helped me design my own custom puppets.
Oh.
we drew them out on paper, and we kind of we were like, okay, we want it to look like this. We want to have this kind of eyes. We want his personality to be like this. And I didn't physically create my characters. I took them to a professional doll maker. That's like a skill in itself to create the figure. But my mom and we drew it up. I have 4 custom characters.
So go ahead and introduce us to one of the first characters that you have with you today.
So this is Critter. Now, Critter is a little oddball. He's part chicken, cat, cow, and raccoon.
Okay, as you're getting Critter, I'm going to try to say that. Chicken, cat, cow, raccoon.
Yes.
Okay, let us meet Critter. Hello, Critter.
Oh, it's so nice to meet you. You look so pretty today.
Oh, why, thank you.
Well, Critter, do you have any special talents to share with anyone?
Well, yeah, I'm a pretty good whistler, if I do say so myself.
He is a good whistler. And Critter has a little surprise. Let's see if we can pick it up.
Ready? Count me off, Nicole.
Count them down, Nicole. Count down from 3.
3, 2, 1. Oh, whoa! Your udders just gave us a cow milk spray.
That's right. Hey, I'm utterly ridiculous, Nicole.
Yeah.
You are funny. You are funny. I like it a lot. So, Critter, you came about how long ago did Critter come about? As far as your planning of characters.
Critter's actually my first custom character.
Okay.
And so you could probably tell, but he's not like a hand puppet. He is, I had pop off his head. He's a figure that's on a stick like this. And he is
okay. Actually, I didn't know that because I'm not very familiar, but that makes sense now that and so you have to do all that from behind too, and you have to make him talk. I would talk about multitasking, Deegan. I would have failed terribly already.
Not move my lips. Remember all the movements. Remember the words. Make people laugh.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
It is a lot, but it's fun. It's so much fun.
So, do all of your characters, are they created with the stick behind, or do you have some where you put your hand in?
I have Critter and then I have Pearl that are figures. And then I have 2 others. I have a genie and I have Bob the Blob, and they use your hand like that. So I have a nice mix.
You really do. Talk about coming up with the script, the storyline for Critter to be the character, to come up with the dialogue. How does that work?
That is my biggest struggle, I think. It's really hard. Comedy is subjective.
Yes.
And when I would sing, I still sing with this character because I love to sing. And when you're singing, it's like, okay, people clap for you and you're either a good singer or you're not, But with comedy, it's like, well, one person might find this funny. One person might find this offensive. One person, So it's a lot of playing around. It's a lot of getting into the character's mind and their brain and thinking, how would they react in this situation?
Yeah, that's very true.
A lot of talking to yourself.
Yeah. And that's perfectly acceptable in your case, just so you know. I'm always in awe of people that can do what you do, Deegan. And talk about your act. It's not a kid's act. It's a little elevated.
Yeah.
So we might say it would be probably rated R if it was a movie, because you could PG-13 or R, just
totally crude, totally blue.
Right.
But we are a little naughty. So if you're the type of person that likes, little naughty adult fun, it's just a fun show. We have some volunteers come up on stage. They kind of have some fun with the character. We kind of pick on them a little bit. We sing. We do a lot of jokes. It's just overall a fun time. We have fun.
So where can people go to see you? And I know you also do some charity events.
I just finished last month a benefit show, a charity for a local animal charity. It's called Santa Claus for Paws. And this charity is really near to my heart because the people who run the charity, they're good friends of mine. They actually babysit my pets. I have 4 pets, not including Critter. So they're really close to my heart. And this charity, Santa Claus for Paws, they collect donations and they distribute the donations like toys and pet food and things like that to local animal shelters throughout Horry County. It's just a great organization.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So people could see you at charity events like that, and you also do private events for folks, right?
I do. I'll tell you, my most fun private show was from a company in North Carolina, and they had this company had 200 male employees and 30 female employees. So they sent all of their female employees down to Myrtle Beach, where I'm born and raised, and we had a girls' night, and it was such a fun show. We had so much fun.
Okay, speaking of girls, you have another character that's a perfect segue into, I believe her name is Pearl.
Yes, I do. All right, see you, Critter. Say
bye, Critter. Who do we have here, Deegan?
Oh, Nicole, it's so nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. Is this Pearl?
This is Pearl. Now, Pearl is an alien from outer space, and she has come to Earth not to destroy mankind, but to date a man of every kind.
Mm.
Oh, that's right, Nicole. I'm here to find me a man. You know any?
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna have to think about that, Pearl. So, how are things working out for Pearl in her search right now?
Not very well.
Not too good.
Oh, no. None of the men here on Earth will do what I say. I want a man that's going to follow my orders, Nicole. Come on.
Hey, you know what? We all want one like that. So if you find one, get us all one, right?
Exactly.
No, I have a good man, but I see what you're saying. If you can get one to follow orders, Pearl, that's the ticket. Maybe you could. Aliens don't have a spell you can put on them or something.
Well, I do have my alien love call. You want to hear it?
Oh, absolutely.
Let's hear your alien love call, Pearl.
Oh, yeah.
That was some sort of love call, Pearl. Nice. I don't know why that's not working for you.
No, there's no men around here, right?
I kind of think Pearl has a little bit of Dolly Parton look going on there.
And that's, I take that as a huge compliment, Nicole.
You should. Dolly is absolutely fabulous. So how did you come up with creating Pearl, Deegan?
Well, I knew I wanted a little diva.
Sure.
I knew, I wanted something to bounce off of my other character as well. Critter's kind of a sweet and innocent little dude, but Pearl is like the total opposite,
Yeah.
You're just, get her a man. It took a lot of playing around. Again, my mom helped me, and we just, we knew we had a vision for the character. We drew it on paper, and it took a lot of playing around, but eventually she's actually, she's custom as well, so she's a prototype. There's not another puppet in the world like any of my characters, so,
I love that. So, I never thought about how these characters are created and the puppets are created. So you actually have to send them off to a doll company, you were saying. Well, tell me about that.
Yeah, my two figures, Pearl and Critter, they were created by Chance Wolf. He makes custom doll figures just like these. He's an expert at making the figures, the ones on the stick. See if I can pop her head off.
Yeah.
And Pearl was a lot of work.
Pearl is a lot of work.
Yeah, because her little chest was also custom.
Wow.
And it's hard. It's wood, They're not soft puppets.
Yeah, you just don't really think about that when you're watching someone on stage. All that goes into their puppets, their characters, and
Exactly.
and all that you are doing to bring this puppet and character to life for us to enjoy. It's so very cool.
Oh, thank you.
Talk about when you met what you would consider your role model, so to speak.
Absolutely. Well, I guess my biggest role model is probably my mom, but my biggest stand-up ventriloquism role model, probably Jeff Dunham. When I was 14, my mom took me to the International Ventriloquist Convention, and Jeff is such a humble and down-to-earth person. He goes every year, and he really honors and gives back to the community. It's a really small community, so everybody kind of knows each other. And when I was 14, I got to go to my first convention, and Jeff was doing a workshop, and he was teaching you how to write your own material and how to animate your puppet. And I took the workshop, and it was so cool. And afterwards, I got to talk to him for like 5 minutes, and it was the highlight of my life.
Yeah.
It was great. I learned a lot, and it was just awesome to see somebody that successful still be such like a down-to-earth person. It was really, really cool.
Do you think that you might want to try to take your act to some of the shows that are nationally because that was really one of the things that catapulted him?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the dream.
Yeah.
I'd love to build my own fan base like Jeff and tour But if I'm big dreaming, that's like my ultimate dream.
Well, don't give up on your dreams. You're very talented, and I love the characters that you've created. I mean, clearly you have a love and passion for what you do, and I think that's the start right there. And just keep going at it and not stopping. So, how can people locate you and learn about you if they want to book you for their private party, or make sure that they can follow you and catch your next act?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can check me out on Facebook. Just I have a really unique name, Deegan Hudson. You'll see all the puppets, so you'll know it's me. So I'm on Facebook, Deegan Hudson, Instagram, Deegan Hudson, my website, deeganhudson.com. And I have all my puppets on there, and I have my dates for my upcoming shows on my website, and of course on my Facebook, and my Instagram. And that's how you can contact me if you want to meet these little weirdos in person.
I love it. So what would Pearl say about you? If Pearl said something about you, what would Pearl say?
Oh my goodness. Well, Pearl thinks I'm a prude.
Pearl would probably say, "Don't put me in a box," right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Say, Nicole, what's your husband look like?
Oh, Pearl, he's so handsome. Dark hair, tall, beautiful smile, everything I ever wanted.
That is just my type.
Pearl, come on. You can't flirt with Nicole's husband. He's married. His heart belongs to his wife.
Well, what about the rest of him?
Oh, Pearl, you'll find you a man soon.
What's up?
Deegan, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I'm so honored to be on the show. I'm really, really honored that you would have me. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. It's the sky's the limit for you, Pearl, and Critter, and the rest of the gang.
Oh, thank you so much. It's so sweet.
Excellent. And that will do it for this edition of Conversations with Nicole. Until I see you again, I hope you have a great day.
Mwah!